Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happening in NFT land. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in. Today, we're going over Celestials. So this was brought up by a viewer, and I always love when it's something that's got nothing to do with the furry people, because I've done so many of those, and I have more planned, so they're still coming. They're still coming. But I like this project, at least just based upon the artwork alone. Looks really, really dope to me. For something like this, like Greek mythology stuff, I really like. So you already kind of sold me on that, but they just look really, really cool. But let's take a deeper look. So there's 7,777 available. These are the Celestials. They are a generative collection inspired by 12 of the greatest heads of the ancient Greek pantheon. Each god is adorned in various materials, motifs, and exotic elements, resulting in a wide variety of outcomes which guarantee that each creation is both visually stunning and unique. So they got all your goodies over here, but so this is some of the background stuff. The background of each celestial can be composed of up to 3 elements: a backplate, a central graphic, and a scattered image, and with different kinds of hues and coloring to really help separate it from your bus. The true centerpiece are the gods themselves, heralded by their name and twin emblems. Each come with a wide selection of materials and lighting, some with materials even having a rare chance to come in striking alternative backgrounds or environments. So this goes into more about that, where it starts to look really, really cool. They start off a little bit basic, and then they just go into like these glowing, crazy looking, like, look at this one. This one's pretty sick, but these are one of the rarer ones. The curateds finally are the most powerful combination in the Celestial collection. Completely bespoke, these images are composed of hand-picked elements and special one-off motifs to create highly distinct themes. All 10 gods are represented in each curated set. Curateds can be instantly identified by their unique title and properties. I wish they were animated. I don't know if they're going to be. I didn't see anything about them being animated, but if they were, that'd be really awesome. Just to have that, if you had like a digital frame in your house and you just had like the animated version of it just kind of blazing around there. I'd like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. So let's get into the roadmap real quick. So this stuff is pretty much done. They make the community, they build it, they have the smart contract launched for Ethereum. Okay, this is one of the things I really liked about this project, is a physical bus. I always like when you get physical elements with your NFT. So each bus will be optimized for 3D printing, whereby you can print them yourselves. Moreover, we will seek to collaborate with other artists and projects, creating unique pieces which will be given away to selected holders. I mean, the second part of that is, yet to be seen. But this part, if they, if it's true, I think is really cool. I would love to have a 3D version of it, or at least have the option. I don't know, how it is to really get stuff 3D printed. But if you go to the library in downtown Toronto on like Front Street, there is a 3D printer there, if I'm not mistaken. You just have to book it out, or it's like $10 or something like that. But so exclusive merch drop. The way they're handling their merch here is a little bit different too. Each it's dependent on what bus you have or what Celestial NFT you have. So depending on which one of the gods you obtain, you have access to kind of the merch surrounding that only. So I kind of think that's cool. Some people might not like that. They might want the options to everything, but I think it's kind of cool. It sort of represents you and your your position, I guess, in the community. And because there's only so many, if you ever see somebody else with that merch, you already know. And then they're also allowing the bus for the metaverse. So they will release the 3D sculpt on their podium as a separate free drop, optimized to be displayed within your online gallery. Or if, do we have hologram technology for personal use yet? Is that available? Japan probably has it. But that'd be cool if you just had a 3D version of it, or a hologram version of it, just sort of like floating there. So they brought up staking. This is the only thing I don't particularly like about this, because they don't really go that deep into the tokenomics of it. There's no white paper expressing anything about what their plan is with this token. Stake your Celestials to earn relics. These tokens will be used to access and redeem future drops and functions tied to Celestials. Your god's rarity will impact the amount of relics that you receive from staking. We will be adding further updates to our tokenomics soon. Gonna kind of ignore this part just because there really isn't much here. This is, hearsay. They don't actually show you anything like the tokenomics, which would be nice. So our free drops, the team would expand Celestials through the introduction of a second drop, contained within it a wave of mythical honors. With the heroes brave enough to face them, this initial drop will be redeemable with relics. So is it free or does it cost money? I'm a little confused. It's a free drop, but yet you have to use relics to redeem it, which is technically money. Unless they have multiple drops coming, but they said this is through the introduction of a second drop. So I'm not really sure how that one will work. And then for the future, they will be introducing other gods, other mythics in the Greek mythology. So, and they have a plethora of stuff to pick from: Gorgonzola sisters, some Cerberuses, some Achilles, Hercules. So they've got a lot to work with. Should this pick up and be able to expand into something else? So this is just a YouTube video that just kind of showcases the busts, really, just the introduction to them in like a cool little video way. So let's go jump into some of the team. So I'm going to go over it through here on their Discord. So the first one to kind of take a look at is the co-founder, Brojan, as it's known here. He's a lead artist. So there's really not much here on it. It's also the video. They did have a partnership with Divine Anarchy, which is like another NFT project. It's a game, like the first social RPG game they were calling it. That's already out. You can find that on OpenSea. You can see their artwork here. It's actually pretty dope too. It's actually not bad at all. It's pretty cool. So if you're interested in that, you guys can go check that out. So they did have a little bit of a partnership there where they were giving off some whitelists through there. But back to Bojan. So there really wasn't much here but you could get to his artwork here, which is pretty cool. So when you kind of looked up Gregory, don't know how to say that last name, you're able to find his Facebook, where he does mention the project that you can kind of see via here through the ArtStation. There's really nothing tying it directly back to the Celestials, but you can see him here. He's just, just a regular dude living his regular life. And, he's clearly a 3D artist or an artist of some sort. All right. So if he is indeed connected to this project, which I could believe, the artwork surrounding this stuff is actually pretty cool. And we're going to take a quick look at just kind of what they've got stored later on. After that, we've got this guy, which I couldn't really find anything about this, Daffy. I don't think that's his real name, but there really isn't much here. He's sort of, I guess, the front guy, because he says over here DM him and not Bojan. Bojan's kind of leading the art. I guess this guy's sort of leading the business end of it. But you can find their chief engineer right here. And if you click on his website over here, blockchain developer, etc., researcher, consultant. You can kind of see all the work that he's been doing. He talks about being a scientist that's kind of out to help other scientists.
Research with which to back up their claims, with which to fundament their approaches. So basically, I'm trying to help scientists do science.
And that's this guy. So he's a scientist. He's a blockchain expert, etc., etc. He's got some publications here. Startups and projects that he's working on here, and you can click on here and you can see his citations and for all the stuff that he has been talking about throughout the year. So that's that guy. His name's Dan Duma. You can also find this other guy as well here, who I thought his artwork was pretty wicked. Like, kind of anime inspired-ish stuff. It's or like this looks more like it belongs in League of Legends or Arcane, the show, which is freaking really awesome. And you can see his work here. He doesn't really have anything that ties him back either, but he seems like he was just sort of a freelancer that was sort of just hired to, get the work done. And nothing wrong with that. So, like, at the bare minimum, I think at least the artwork should come off brilliantly, which is really what has, tied me to this project, is like, just the artwork looks really freaking awesome. That's all. And then you've got the material artist, who, again, you can see him here and you can see his work and kind of what he does, a lot of environmental stuff and whatnot. It does look pretty cool. 3D environments by that guy. Again, not too much tying back to it, but except for really the first one, which I'm like, okay, I could totally see the connection to all of them just based upon the people that they've chosen and then the work that those people do. The rest of it is there's a Discord game. I'm not really going to go over that. If you want to, you can check out their Discord and play a little mini game that they got going on there. And then the moderators and whatnot. So looking at their art, because I can't stop gushing over the art itself, just looks really cool to me. Like, look at these. Crazy, just crazy. Oh, that one looks freaking wicked. So going back here, the only thing I don't really like is not enough on the tokenomics part. But if I were to be invested into this, it would really just be more of a collectible anyways. I think the art is just really dope, and whatever else comes on that would just be sort of a cherry on top for me. I believe the price is 0.08 ETH. So for just like these really cool pieces, I'd be interested in just getting that. If you guys are interested at all, in this link in the description down below, like I said, today is the public sale, so you can take a look and see what's available and what you can get your hands on. I think this is a cool project for just the art alone. I think it's pretty cool, and if they, you know, unleash everything else, like all the artists and all the stuff that they're working with the lead guy and the co-founder also being an artist himself, the you know, getting the whatever it is you need to get the 3D printing done, or whatever you need to integrate it into some sort of metaverse space, I could totally see. And I think it would just be cool to have these. Staking on all that will have to come once you see their tokenomics. But aside from that, it still seems like a really dope project. So I encourage you guys, you know, if you're interested in something like this, go check it out. Link in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.